Hi guys, welcome in my new episode. And today my guest is Mateusz Wiśniewski, and he's a photographer. He's also a podcaster, and he's very curious about all this BDSM world.
Yeah, hi guys, that's me, and it's really nice to be here with you, Domi. I'm genuinely curious. I want to talk more about things like tenderness in the future, which I don't want to really talk right now much about, but I know you have a lot of interesting topics that we can discuss today because we
Yeah.
already touched them just a bit.
Yeah, that's true. And actually, this tenderness is very surprisingly, for a lot of people, subject extremely connected with all BDSM and all these interactions. So
I see it as a way to look for a different kinds of tenderness.
yes, it's a little bit different way of showing this tenderness because it's not so obvious. Like usually, how we connecting tenderness with, actually, with understanding, with some physical touch, with some warm feeling, warm words, and taking care about someone. And in BDSM, actually, we have all of those aspects also, but showed in a little bit different light, you can say.
Okay. And what were those topics that we were talking about? Because you wanted to talk about something very specific to me today, and that's...
Yeah, it's like I wanted to touch this female lead relationship, but it's also very connected because in this female lead relationship, there's also a lot of this tenderness, as you're saying, because there's a lot of trust. It has to be a lot of trust. So actually, we can maybe talk about in general aspect of this trust and tenderness in relations when there is this BDSM hint.
Well, with what you call FLM, yeah, female-led
FLR, female lead relationship. Yeah, I'm always breaking my tongue on this.
LNRs are hard to do. Well, first thing that comes to my mind is the opposite of the classic kind of relationship with a man being the leading guy in like a relationship role, and the woman is supposed to be taking care of the I don't know how to let me say it differently, the behind of the entire relationship.
Yeah, like you're saying that the woman is a neck and the man is a head.
Oh, that sounds way better than what I said.
Yeah, so like all the last spot is a man. Like woman is this solid part which keeping everything running in the background, and then man can provide, can decide, can do all of this.
That's how we saw it before, yeah.
Yes, and this female lead relationship actually it's I would not say it's much different. Because maybe in a different way. It don't have to be so different because men still can be a provider, still can have this role of going to work, being very manly outside and everything. But in an inside relation, it's that he's putting huge amount of trust in wiseness of his woman. And he's letting her to make decisions. He's letting her to discover like what will be the best for their relationship, and he's following this, he's obeying this, and it's also like it can be connected with BDSM, but it don't have to actually. This female lead relationship is very much mixed with the subject, but it don't have to be connected with practice of BDSM. Because then it's becoming more kinky and more like dom submissive relation, which is a little bit different type of dynamic also.
So naming is not particularly meant for just kinks and BDSM. It can be just two people figuring things out on their own. Yes. The other way around than the one that we did.
Yes, exactly.
Just before.
You know, I would make an example. For example, like female lead relationship. If you would look on Tatarians society, for example, or I don't know, in South America, yes.
And some in Indonesia, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
like women have very strong part of all of this, and like yes, of course, men go and men protecting everything, and men is going to I don't know, bring everything on the table. But last word in the family is to women in Latino community, in Tatarian culture also, and like it's more about that woman is the most important part of this of home, and the most important part of all this dynamic what's happening.
Like the first thing that comes to my mind is that I can genuinely feel that I could be led by women. I can feel that, but at the same time it's not about not letting them lead me, but about letting anyone, or maybe not letting myself lead anything, because I feel like I should be, because of the societal expectations, maybe trying to lead, maybe and think of a way, like I'm always trying to find a solution just because I feel like I should.
Yeah, then this also, as you mentioned, cultural part. This is cultural aspect because, as we spoke before, like in different cultures in different places in the world, it can look a little bit differently. And actually, how like why it's very cool, in my opinion, to have this female lead relationship, and why it's not offending for a manhood or something, because when a woman is really in her feminine energy, and that require good manly men.
It's even more empowering, because if you're
Yes.
able to like let go, that means you're
Yes.
sure of yourself. Yeah?
Yes,
That's
yes,
like that.
and have to be in like safe environment. So men have to be manly, and men have to be like in his energy, very sure about himself, to let this woman next to him feel 100% in her feminine energy, because we will not go in the spot if we have to worry about a lot of things. But with feminine energy coming wiseness, and if men have trust in this wiseness and letting this woman to put direction on their life, then we're talking more on this direction about female relationship. And it can touch a lot of aspects of life. It can touch about, I don't know, for example, he can ask about his choices at work, what to do if he have some issue. He's not asking his friends over a beer, but he's coming home and he consulting this with his woman. For, I don't know, some last decisions about what to do at home. Like she have vision for this, and he just trusts that it will be the best.
Can you maybe tell me more about how does it transfer to the BDSM and kink part? Because I know that's,
Yes.
That's your...
Field.
Yeah, that's your field.
So here we're going into more sexual interaction, I think, because with this leading, when a woman is a dominant part, here it's like endless possibilities of what to do with this, how to play with it. It can start from like classical servitude that, I don't know, I'm coming home and my man is coming to me on his knees, taking off my high heels after a whole day, kissing my feet, putting my high heels clean on a shelf, and giving me dinner or giving me tea or something, or giving me foot massage on the sofa after this.
That just sounds nice.
It's right.
It doesn't sound kinky to me. That
Right.
just sounds nice.
Right, but it's like so basic, and a lot of people seeing this like a very kinky thing already. Like, what, I will kneel in front of my woman when after a whole day and taking off her shoes. It's just a nice thing
Yeah,
to
that
do.
sounds nice.
Right.
I'd love someone to do it to me. So why wouldn't I do it to someone else?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But so this is like the slight part. But then also we can go more into, I don't know, for example, cross-dressing, some serving in, I don't know, maid outfit. Here we're touching a little bit feminization. Or we can put this little bit more upstairs in a bedroom where we're going into some more sexual play, like, I don't know, some weeping, or I don't know also how much I can say here on YouTube about name of practices. But not everything what your imagination is showing you, that can be, I don't know, you can have a cage next to your bed, for example, or underneath your bed, if you are such couple and you know that you're using this a lot. Like, I have a cage in my home upstairs.
But that's your work. That's your work.
Also.
Also.
So, yeah, it's like actually only imagination can stop you. And when it's touching more BDSM, it's more about giving this submissive part, really, to a woman. And for sure you saw some, I don't know, videos or something. Like, what's your picture about BDSM? Like, how it look like if you imagine that there's a woman dom, and a sub male.
Well, the first picture that comes to my mind would be a classic Helga from like Holland or Netherlands, sorry. From Netherlands, that just whips out a whip and tells you to bark. That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah, that's accurate. But so this you can also do. Yes, you can do. Absolutely. For example, I love pet play by myself. But when you are in a relationship, there's also much more intimacy. And this actually can upgrade each practice, each play so much. Because it's about extremely strong exchange of energy, extremely strong exchange of feelings. And for example, how I like to spend time when I have some regular subs, which are like my private subs. So I like this very much. This exactly situation when I'm coming home and they already was here. They cleaned everything, and I have my shoes taken care of. I have my feet taken care of, and I'm just taking whip in my hand, sitting on a sofa, and he's kneeling in front of me, look deeply in the eyes, and then I don't know, I'm starting pinching him or starting saying him some things. It's very much about just interaction, but this much more kinky.
When you say it like that, it sounds genuinely tender. Because
It
it
is.
feels like you listen to someone's needs
Yeah,
and then fulfilling them.
it should be like that actually.
And at the same time, I just can't really, can but wonder if the dominant part, where does it come from? Because I know that people can feel more on one side or on the other. But if you are looking for tenderness in ways that BDSM is able to provide, that feels like maybe you're looking something not regular, let's say. Where does it
Yeah.
come from?
So I strongly believe that it's like next level, and I have no shame into saying this. I know for sure not all the people will like it, but for me, this BDSM relations, kinky relations, are like next level relations because you have to go over this regular stuff, as you said, this regular interactions, and you adding things which are for many people even like taboo and like something which you shouldn't do, and for sure you shouldn't do with person whom you claim you love. Like for example, how you can give a pain to someone who you love. And here we're going much deeper because if this is what this person need psychologically to go over some emotions, to go over some situations, because what pain is giving you, it's not just a pain, it's giving you chemical reaction in your brain. It's like a so strong cocktail. When you're going through whipping, for example, it's you're going through normal kind of pain, then adrenaline start going, cortisol start going, then endorphins start going because they try to cover, they try to save
It
you.
lets you relax.
Yes.
Pretty much.
So you can go from screaming from a pain, through laugh, through screaming again, then crying, then laughing. It's so big cocktail of emotions. And this giving a lot of people very big reset. So if I love someone and I am able to give it to this person, it's actually my way of showing how much I love them or how much I care if it's a more casual relation like I have with customers. But it's actually caring because I'm providing something what these people need very much. And for many different reasons, normal therapy or some going and speaking with their friend would not work in such cases.
Yeah, I imagine that it might feel maybe like trying to learn how to fight. Because that's what I've been doing in my life, and I wanted to learn how to fight, not just because I wanted to treat maybe something from the past when I was like a little boy. I felt small, so I wanted to learn how to fight, but at the same time, the moments when I felt stressful, I knew that the only way to actually relax was not going out to have a run. No, that was me punching someone else for an hour and someone punching me for another hour. And also, that also gives you trust, because you are able to give someone else that moment when he or she is able to punch you, and the relaxation that comes after that.
Yes, you're
is-
very vulnerable in this moment.
Yeah,
And
that's maybe the thing.
Yeah.
I'm giving up vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Hardest possible word in English.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yes. So like you're giving yourself and you're giving this, you're giving access to some parts of you which are not on the top on daily basis, which you're not showing to most of the people. So when you're choosing like a dom for yourself or a partner with whom you can play like that, if it's very good match, it's giving you very big opportunity to go very much deep inside you. So I strongly believe that you could compare this or even with this situation when people are going to monks and they they letting themselves to go into some totally different direction, like they're going from crazy world and they're going there and they have very strict rules that they cannot speak, they have to wake up at this time, they have to eat like that, they have to do this, they have to pray, and it's very much alike in a relation with a dom. or like when you have this female lead relationship with this kinky aspect, you also pray. You also need to be very strict. Like you're sleeping in some places which are not so comfortable, like cage or like under the bed or like next to the bed or something, because it's also putting you in some spot and also giving you some journey inside you when it's uncomfortable, when you need to put on the side your ego, your needs, and like acting on the behalf of someone else. It's really giving a very huge trip. And it's also not popular, but I strongly believe that each dom should discover how it is to be on another side as a sub. And I had this pleasure a few times with, of course, very special.
But did you pay for someone else to be the dom?
No. I found it privately. Like I found person whom I can trust, and it seems like from my whole life just one person with whom I was able to go on this other side, because I was curious. I wanted to check, and also to be a better dom. I believe that I needed to check how it feels on the other side, because. And actually I was right, because it turns out that a lot of emotions which are coming, I would never guess that they coming like that in such version or with such strength, and it's very, very interesting journey.
Can you tell me what kind of emotions? I feel like you said about the kind of vulnerability. I said it.
Yeah.
And maybe some kind of trauma that you get to go through. But what kind of emotions actually you went through on the other side?
There was a lot of fear, a lot of shame.
Even if you trust that person, yeah?
Yes.
But the fear is
Fear
there.
and shame was actually, and it was very strongly connected with my ego, this emotions.
So it's not actually fear like you're afraid of the dark. You're afraid of some parts of you that you're not able to let go.
Yes. What will be on other side of the fence? Like what I will meet there, and how it will change me, how it will makes me feel, and actually. Going through all these steps and doing this, of course, in safety environment, give me totally different point of view for guys coming for sessions with me. It gave me huge amount of understanding of them and how delicate you are emotionally, and like how you really like you really can feel like a puppy who looking like on another on his owner.
The feeling is genuine, yeah.
Yes. Like if you are with the right person, you really like, and you decided that you will, because it's also a decision to give yourself. It's also a big lie about submission that people saying, and that when you're submissive you're weak. No, you're not weak, and it's not like you not making any decisions, because you are making this decision on each step of this interaction that you giving yourself. Because you're an adult person, you're an adult guy, you can always stand up and say like, okay, I'm going the hell out from here. But you're choosing not to do this. So being submissive is also taking control over a situation, but giving yourself in different form.
Can I also ask you, because I wonder, how much does it vary in different situations, in different sessions from, I don't know, let's say, what's 1 on 10 and 10-10 situation? You know what I mean? Like how deep people want to go.
Oh, that depends on the person, of course.
What's the easiest kind of guy?
The easiest kind of guy are just fetishists. Like they like some stockings, they like some feet, they like something, and they like this feeling that beautiful woman whom they would like to have, but they cannot. So it's actually a classic, like also kind of like situation that I want her, but she's saying no. So here I'm dancing around, but here like, they know that it will not gonna happen. But this dancing is interesting for them.
That's the life. That's what life is about.
And the only difference is that they're doing this just from the position of their knees, not like on a next to the bar, sitting next to you on a chair. So that's actually the only one difference.
That's
so
the guy's
that's
life.
the
That's
easiest.
the guy's life. Dancing around.
Yeah. So that's the easiest actually level, I would say. But I also had guys who was coming for sessions for extremely masochistic practice, and it was not connected with any sexual stuff at all. For them, like it was just strictly pain.
And that was not sexual then?
No,
not at all.
No, because you can connect these two parts, of course. But for like, I had few customers, and for them it was not connected at all. Like,
so what exactly was he looking? He was looking for just someone to inflict pain on him.
Yeah,
but you can get that. You can go out on the street and just ask someone if they have a problem, and they're gonna punch you. So.
Yeah, but here you have no control.
Okay, so it's
And
more
we're
about
coming
the
back
control.
again to
It's-
this aspect
yeah, we
that
go
when you
around.
are submissive, when you're giving yourself as a submissive person, it's your control over situation that you letting to be yourself like that. Of course, like last words is to me, but let's be honest, like I'm a woman, and when big guy coming for a session and he wanna submit to me, if he wanna if he wanna like break it and stand up and go out or do something to me or like change the dynamic with force, he could do this, but he choosing not to do that. So I have space to lead this situation. I have space to lead the situation, and he's letting.
I
doing
used
this.
to. I think someone told me, someone in my life, that sex is mostly about control. How do you feel about that sentence? Because BDSM and the things we talk about, they are kind of about control. We
Yeah.
constantly go back to the feeling of having control, even if you give it up. Yeah, that's about it. But
Yeah.
not actual, but regular kind of sex. Is that even the right way to call it? The regular kind of sex? I feel prude when I say it like that.
Yeah, because like the normal sex,
Yeah.
like not fucked up one.
That's what she said. I didn't say that.
That's what she said. And so, like in regular this sexual interaction, I think also like there's also always one part which is more active. It's never like 50-50. It's always a little bit, even if it's the most tender situation in which you were, like there are like it's changing. Like in this minute,
the
you was
exchange
maybe much
constantly.
more in a charge, or then like she, I don't know, some sat on you, or like even like some things like when you just laying and looking at me in my eyes, and I decided that I will pet you. Then I'm taking a little bit more control. Like it's always about this little hint. So I would say that you can say that it's always about control, but I very much prefer that it's about energy exchange. I much more prefer this way of calling it.
Oh, I like that. I like the energy exchange. It's really hard thing to do. I mean, maybe not exchanging the energy, but being able to feel where it is at certain point.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm getting something, but I should also give. Maybe I'm getting like 80-20. Maybe let's try to go 50-50, and that's a really hard thing to do.
Yeah, yeah. Because you can, of course, you can have just control over situation. Let's say that I don't know, you're a guy and you're going to this place where you can pay and have what you want. So you just going and you like it's very ugly thing to say, but like you treating these girls like they like piece of wood, like you're just doing your thing. You just basically like jerking off with another person and going out. So then yes, you are in control fully, like you're doing what you want in the moment. It's usually not so long, and sorry.
But you're right. You're right. If you do it like that, that's
But
how
if
it
you do it
goes.
like that,
Yeah.
it's not long
Yeah.
process, right? Because when it's long process, we're already going on some tender level. And even if it's just one night stand, and even if it's just, like not very much meaningful relation, but if there is something more than just jerking off with another person,
You can let yourself feel something. Yeah.
yes, and then it's energy exchange, not control.
What I'm also interested about, maybe it's going maybe farther from the subject that we started with, but I want to understand, because I have no idea.
Alright.
How do you get into such profession? Is it your way of looking for your kind of tenderness or experimenting, or what's really going on?
No, so actually, I was very much fascinated by this word for a long, long time. Like long before I even understood that it's possible for me to be one of these ladies.
Were
one
you
of these
shy
dogs.
growing up?
I was very shy when I was growing up.
I just wanted to imagine that.
I had a very strong character inside me, but I was extremely shy about interactions with people. And
So that was a way of looking to let yourself out, maybe?
I remember one time when I was a very small child, I saw a movie. I don't remember the movie. That's not important anyway. But there was like a very bad guy in this movie, and he was going exactly from time to time to a dom. He had like a dom friend to whom he was going, like when he killed too many people, or when he did too many bad things, and he needed this reset to make him to make him feel a little bit better. And it was amazing for me to look on this. Like I was looking on one eye. It was
How
like,
old are you?
I don't know, 5, 6.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it was
really
very early.
really
Yeah.
early.
And my parents was watching some movie, and I should already sleep, and I was just looking
And you
through
were
the door.
behind
Like through the door, like on one eye, I was checking what they're watching, and I remember that I was amazed. Like I saw the scene when he's just sitting on the floor, like next to some bed or something. His shirt already taken off. He's so devastated by last events in his life. He having just drink, sitting like that, and then she's entering the room. Like with black leather skirt, black corset, with this whip in her hand, extremely beautiful, like tall brunette woman, and she just started like, so what's happened today? And she started like hitting this on for her shoe, coming, and he just putting himself in front of her, like hugging her feet, start crying, kissing, that he needed her leadership very much in this moment. And for me, like I was watching this as a little girl who was very shy and everything, and I was like, fuck, that's so cool. I want to be her when I will grow up.
Do you feel in the situations currently, maybe in your life, when working, that you are that powerful person, or are you so into that moment that you have to think strongly of the next move and everything that's going on, that you're unable to feel the power?
No, actually, this going together very much. Because I know that I need to lead the situation, I need to find the solutions, I need to find next activities, I need to find the vibe, I need to understand this person, I need to lead this person through the process.
Is there time to have fun? Or
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. And like for me, my work is my hobby. So it's very much demanding, but it's also extremely rewarding and fun for me. So of course it's about being in control, and I feel this power when I have, and exactly because of what I was saying before, like I know that this man can stand up in every second and get out if he wanna, but he choosing to give me this power over him, and that's very powerful for me. And this is like when I'm feeding my energy while giving a lot from me, but I'm also receiving a lot.
When we talk about energy, because what I understand from the things that you say is that mostly when people come to your practices, they are trying to reset,
Very often.
they want to have a chance to let go. And what are your ways to let go?
So for me, like when I need to relax, I'm very classic person about it. It's about being on a sofa with my dogs, Netflix and chill, and maybe some funny cigarette and ice cream, and that's it. And
You
like
don't have to go for like a mile run.
no. When I need to relax, that means that I already have a little bit too much on my shoulders, and I just need to do absolutely nothing. Like no one wants anything from me. Like I'm sending my son on some trip, or I'm going to some hotel or something. Like I need to be just me, myself, and I. Blanket, some TV series, and like totally turn on brain for 1 or 2 days when I'm really, really overwhelmed.
Just to change the situation to something completely different. And
Yeah. Like when really no one, because I enjoy very much leading. I enjoy very much also providing in this way emotionally and everything for my family. And I love my work, but it's taking a lot from me while giving a lot, but also taking a lot. And this whole process, like this whole machine inside me is like, here we taking, here we giving. Sometimes need to recharge very much.
But the things has to recharge, but does it ever happen that you bring your work back home and maybe to your like relationships with friends, or
Only,
do you?
like you mean that after for example session?
Yeah, I mean,
I
if
came
you-
home?
Yeah, exactly you're coming exactly
So
from a
of course I
session.
bring not
Yeah?
one time, but only in
And
a
you have that
sexy way.
energy only. Only in a sexual way, of course, you do.
Yeah.
You're not like
It was like when the session was just appetizer. Yeah. So in such way, yeah.
well, lucky for the person. Lucky for the person. And has that ever happened to you coming back from the session, maybe to see exactly right from a session, going to your family for a dinner or whatever, and you forgot to take off the mask, or I don't mean the literal mask. I mean like figuratively.
No, so like course, like it's like I don't know if it sounds if people want to hear it or not, but that's actually how it look like when we have I don't know, 1 hour session or 2 hour session with a customer. It's during the day, so of course we have our things to do before. Usually it's about preparing ourselves to session, but then after session we can go out for a dinner. Like, of course, it happened for me that I was going for a dinner with my mother just after session, and I was saying, "Mom, I will be half an hour later because I need to stay at work a little bit longer." So
I can really help but imagine this, I have the image in my head that you wake up, go to the store, just like every single other person, and no one knows that you're going to be dominating some, let's say, 5 men in next possible days, and then going back to your life on a dinner situation with your mother. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way of living your life.
Yeah, but it's like that. People imagine that we're sleeping in latex, taking shower in this long, huge shoes. Like, we are normal people. We have a normal life, and of course you can.
You had jeans when I came here.
Yes. Like you can. Of course, you can live in that way, and there are also those who are having such relations on daily basis that their husbands, their boyfriends, they are submissive to them, and they living in this very much dom-sub relation all the time, 24/7. But most of us, like people like me, girls like me, we are like just liking very much the process. We have what is necessary to be a dom, and we are just enjoying to share this with words. But beside this, we also have normal life.
Do you think like BDSM dominating other people, that's becoming more and more, I don't want to say trendy, but the society is changing. Like,
it's more and more approved, but with time, I would say.
I'm not even looking for the approval of society. I'm trying to maybe find that more and more people are looking for it. Because I feel...
Yeah, but so I would say that it's coming with this approval a little bit, because from being very weird and sick person when you like it, it's becoming that you are a little bit just weird, and you just like little bit different stuff, but like... And there's more and more in also media about it. For example, more movies like this Grey. For example, this 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
That's the biggest shit of all of them. But it make people speak about the subject. And that's good, actually. Like, as much as I hate this movie as a movie, because it's touching with this whole BDSM energy and relation in so bad and not,
you don't feel
not
that
right way.
Portrayed the BDSM community, right?
Listen, if you would take away this guy money, you have history about Psycho.
Yes, you're right. You're right, but most of the histories you can say the same thing. If you take away the money, that's a Psycho.
Yeah, but like in this, or like there's also this Polish production, 365 days. And he's literally Psycho. Like, in some scene, I didn't saw the whole movie, I just saw some parts. And there's because I could not go through this. Like, I was trying to as a research to watch it, but I cannot. And there's a scene like when he's throwing her out from a boat because he's so angry that he wanna drown her, he wanna kill her. And when once she already in the water, he's like, oh no, maybe I still love her. And then he's jumping to rescue her, and then she's like, oh, you're my hero. No, he wanted to fucking kill you, and he just changed his mind. He's not a hero. So like this, really, like this aspect is much more about this Psycho part than like all other movies, because yes, of course, money helps and they have a lot of charm. But here you really have very damaged guys who just have money, so no one's saying anything to them. And with this, I'm not agreeing at all.
Do you think those movies also let people feel more comfortable with BDSM?
Yes, for sure, yeah. And there's also another part, because anyway, it may be someone's fantasy. And it may be what someone's feel like finding attractive or interesting as a story. But it's very important to say that this is like what it is, and it's just like nicely packed some very not healthy interaction, because all this BDSM, this can treat your trauma. Yeah, this was talking about. It was very interesting that people using this BDSM to healing their trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
That's in many cases it's working like this, that you just you like copy paste situation, but on your own terms, in your control. And then you like going through this all over again. but now with different emotions without surprises so much. So it's helping you to put this in some different spot in your head.
So that means there are some people that are... Do you think that's about being brave enough? Because some people look for taking those traumas out by finding you. And some people try to relive it watching the 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes, maybe. And I strongly believe that, this when society like more allowing right now, and by this like society is people, so people are more allowing themselves to go in the subject even with their thoughts, or maybe they reaching out to go to some dom or finding some communities about it. And I forgot what I wanted to say.
Then let me ask a different question. How do you go about finding the community? Do you just... I know there are fetish parties. Are they even somehow connected to you? Or do you go to those? Or you don't have to, because I don't know, maybe you have too much work.
No. It's very good to going on such parties, because like all business gathering, it's really like when you have like big fancy fetish parties or some awards or something. It's just place to be if you're working in this industry. It's like, I don't know, like we have also fetish awards like Oscars or something.
Really, there are fetish awards?
Yeah, of course. And there are like some big parties. In Germany, there's German Fetish Ball, which...
How do people find out about people that they might give out awards? Because I know movies are one thing, but do you have to like promote the certain thing that you did and send exactly to the Oscars?
So usually it's people who are organizing this. They rather know all the people from the industry, because it's still not so big. And if you are somehow popular, if you build up your popularity, usually people who are doing such events, they understand that you are there. Because we're doing a lot of cooperations with other DOMs, so people. Like in this industry, you just know people.
So people kind of know what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
So you meet on a fetish party. They talk about and they say, "Oh no, she did that," and then it goes
course,
to
like
awards.
on all parties. Yes, and it's like for example, your fans can give your materials to guys who are organizing this. Or you can, for example, even also send some message that, hi, I did this, maybe you can look on this, maybe it's interesting enough to maybe give it to your awards or something. And then, of course, you have votes when there's fun included and everything. There's some commission, like in Oscars.
Where do you get to see that? I think I'd like to see at least...
So about fetish awards, you don't have live transmission usually, because I'm not sure that a lot of platforms would allow it.
But it's just people in suits, receiving awards.
No, come on, it's a fetish event.
I imagine that's a simple dinner with people in suits.
No. It is simple dinner, but outfits are not simple.
Okay.
No.
I have to reimagine everything.
No, you can say that it's like a gala, but in fetish outfits.
And it's not live.
It's not live. But sometimes some of them, they are selling some amount of tickets for people who really want to be there.
How do you get to those?
Oh, I will send you a link. Oh, yeah.
It's good to meet new people. It's good to talk.
Yes. Yeah, very nice. And it was very cool conversation. Like, I very much like what we did today, because it's a new subject for you. It is. And it's so refreshing conversation to like explain a little bit more and go deeper in this.
And I'm really glad I had a chance to meet you. Honestly, I didn't really expect this to happen today, and that's a really lovely conversation. And I'm really glad I had a chance to find out more. And I know I will ask even more questions, even when those cameras are out.
Okay. No, yes. So sorry, guys. You'll not hear everything. Thank you so much for being today. It was a very lovely conversation, and I hope that you guys also enjoy it. And please remember to give me follow, to make a comment underneath this video, to give a like. And we're waiting for more in 1 week. See you guys. Stay kinky.